So we've all saw Elon Musk sitting alongside Donald Trump in these interviews and taking the questions for Trump, and then we see him over on X posting there, and he says he's being very transparent with the American people by posting on the platform that he owns. But the one place that we've not seen him is sitting down in front of Congress themselves. Now, you would think that if he has all of this evidence and can prove that these people are all these corrupt people, then wouldn't you think that he would want to sit down with them and bring that evidence and show them to their faces? And wouldn't you think that he would want the American people to see that? But he says, don't worry, I'm being transparent. I'm over on my own platform, the platform that I own, the platform where I censor and I control what everyone says. That's where I will give you this information that I tell you that I found. And when he was in the Oval Office with his little boy X that was shushing Trump, he said that. He said, I'm very transparent. I posted on X. Remember this?
Have. Does that mean that you are in effect policing yourself? What are the checks and balances that are in place to ensure that there is accountability and transparency?
Well, we actually are trying to be as transparent as possible. In fact, we post our actions to the Doge handle on X and to the Doge website. So all of our actions are maximally transparent. In fact, I don't think there's been, I don't know of a case where an organization has been more transparent than the Doge organization.
So yeah, we're supposed to trust him with all of this evidence that he posts on X, but he's not bringing it to the people who he's accusing of. And for everyone out there that's just dying to see these Democratic politicians brought down as the corrupt politicians they supposedly are, then wouldn't you want to see Elon do it to their faces? In this next clip, Jared Moskowitz was talking with Ben Meiselas on the Midas Touch Network, and he brought this point across, which is, if you're going to accuse us of these things, bring it to our faces. Take a look.
So, I mean, here's what I would say. I think the time for staying in safe spaces is over, right? Twitter is a safe space for him, or X is a safe space for him. Okay. I mean, I did Jesse Waters the other night on Fox. That's not a safe space for me. You got to get out of your safe spaces, right? Go talk to the American people, not on Fox and, not next to the president and not, on X. Come to Congress, okay, and talk to the American people. Have to mix it up with Democrats. He shouldn't, I don't think he's afraid to do it, but he should do it. If he thinks he's so right and has the winning issue, he should come and do that and, embarrass the Democrats, with the information if that's what he thinks he can accomplish. Come do that. But by hiding and not coming and just Xing about what they found without showing the American people what they found, again, this is going to come to a head on March 14th. They're going to have to bring those documents, in my opinion, in order to keep government open.
See, that's why when people come at me and they say, Brando, ain't you excited about all this corruption that Elon is finding? Aren't you excited that he's getting rid of all this wasteful spending? And they will always frame the question like, do you want to see the government waste money? Of course not. No one does. None of us wants to see that. But what we want to see is that if Elon has this evidence, bring it somewhere other than the platform where you control the speech. Come out of that safe space and come to Congress and bring the evidence, bring the receipts, bring it right to their faces. That's the only way you can be transparent with this. You can't be transparent by just simply posting it over on the platform that you own. But if you'll notice, that is the pattern with Elon. That's the pattern with Trump. That's the pattern with these billionaires who wants to be in control of everything. The reason why that I believe Elon doesn't want to go sit down with Congress face to face, and maybe he will one day and prove me wrong, and I hope that he does. But I really feel the reason why that he's not doing that is because he would no longer be in that safe space where he can control the narrative. Trump is governing at the moment exactly like a dictator. He wants to be in a safe space where he can completely control the narrative. They don't want to step out of that. They don't want any checks and balances anywhere because those checks and balances holds them accountable. And that's the one thing that Donald Trump has tried so hard to avoid his entire life. And that's another thing that Elon Musk wants to duck and dodge. They don't want to face up to any accountability. So to everyone that's like, well, Brando, I figured you would be for, getting to the bottom of where this wasteful spending is coming from. Absolutely. I want to see it. I think we waste a whole lot of money on a whole lot of bullshit. But so far, a lot of the things that Elon has pointed out has been debunked really quickly. And I don't know if he has the balls to sit there and have those things debunked in real time, and he doesn't have his safety net called X to fall back on. If you go over to X, it's just one big dumpster fire of a safe space for Nazis. I'll just say it. It really is. That's the only way that I can think to word it, because if you go there right now and just scroll down, I don't post on it anymore, but I do keep an eye on what they're saying. And if you go there, the first thing you're going to see at the top when you refresh your feed is Elon Musk. And you're going to scroll down and you're going to see Alex Jones and you're going to see Donald Trump. And they're going to be putting their own spin on things and telling people, yeah, we're being transparent with you. We're being open and honest. Here's us on this platform that is safe for us to do it on, who won't rock the boat. That's where we will tell you all these things that we found. But we won't bring it to the people that we say we found it about. And if I was a Trump supporter and I was someone who was sitting back cheering this on, I would be like, hell yeah, Elon, get in there and say it to their face. But so far, we've not saw that. So far, we saw him stay over in his safe space. And that's hilarious to me, because for the longest time, liberals gets made fun of for staying in safe spaces. People all the time, oh, these snowflakes can't stand to step out of their safe space. You're in an echo chamber, man. And I always tell people, I live in the buckle of the Bible Belt, okay? There's no way that I could ever be in an echo chamber. It's just that I don't want to entertain bullshit. And I'm not going to entertain bullshit. I don't believe, and a lot of people says I'm wrong about it. Maybe I am. You're free to disagree with me all day long. But you're not going to see me sit down on this channel and talk with a Nazi. I'm not going to do it because I don't want to validate that person in any way. So if someone's out here doing these awkward hand gestures and thinking that's cool and thinking that's a cool way of trolling people, and if someone is a racist piece of crap, I'm not going to sit down with that racist piece of crap and try to entertain that like that's normal. Because I really believe like that's the main problem I've had with mainstream media for so long is they normalize this crap. They completely set and normalize it, and when you try to call it out, someone says, oh, well, you always call me a racist when you disagree. No, that's not true. I don't call people a racist because I disagree with them over the minimum wage. I don't call someone a racist because I disagree with them over how much the rich should be taxed. I call them racist when I hear them say racist things. And when I see them blatantly do a salute and then try to spin it and gaslight me and tell me that that's not what I saw. We have sat back and watched them normalize and sane wash so many things. And they do it from the platform X, which they say is supposed to be the digital square of free speech, which is total bullshit. It's total bullshit, because the minute that anyone has stepped out of line with Elon for 1 second, the minute they step out of line, their blue check mark disappears. They get banned for a couple of days. They're not allowed to post for a couple of days. We saw Laura Loomer going, what the hell? Why am I being silenced? I thought this was about free speech. Yeah, it's only about free speech when you agree with them. The Republican Party is not for free speech. What they have done is absolutely bastardized the argument. And they've came across as though they're the champions for free speech. You know, they don't want no community notes put on what they say. Everything they say is true. Anything the rest of us said isn't, and we're not allowed to say it. It's that. So to me, if Elon has all this evidence and all these receipts and he can prove these things, fine, bring it right to their faces and do it in front of the American people. But as long as you're over there doing it in your little corner of the world where you own it and you control it, that's not impressive to me. I don't consider just a weak tweet with the word wow typed at the top. Anybody, I could do that all day. I could sit here all day long and take screenshots of shit and just put wow and have people believe in it. But that whole platform is nothing but one big gaslighting chamber is all that it is. And I don't post on it because I don't want to give any of my content to it. But I do believe it's important to keep up and understand where they're going with things and how they're spinning things. And so I go there and look to see how they're spinning it. And I would like to see them spin it somewhere else. Spin it outside of there. Come sit down with the American people. Come to Congress's face. Bring the evidence. Bring the receipts. Show it. And hey, if there's wasteful spending, I would love to see it cut out, because we do definitely throw money at things we shouldn't. But I really appreciate everyone for your support here on the channel. And I hope that everyone has a great weekend. I just got back home from California after visiting out there. I went to a protest out in Sacramento, and that was really good to see people out, you know, lifting up their voices and being heard. I think more people needs to do that. Get out there, let your voices be heard, and let people know that we're not going to stand for this shit. There's no way. The only way to fight back is to use your voice at the moment. Use your voice, protest, stand up, speak out. And don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of the consequences either. I'm past the point of worrying about the consequences. It's it's went too far now. We're at a different level now of the game. There's no going back. There's no going back to the bottom. There's no me going back and sit down on a bar stool and playing Take It Easy by the Eagles anymore. Those days are long gone. I'm in this for the long haul, and I will always be standing up for what I believe, and I will always be calling out what I consider to be bullshit. So you can count on that from me. And hopefully we'll see Elon step out and bring some real evidence instead of some little weak-minded tweet that says, wow.